Hello crafters and welcome to P2PCrafts Lockdown Lives, brought to you by From Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft shows. I'm Michelle Brown, Creative Director from Picture to Page, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media art and paper crafting community. Now P2PCrafts Lockdown Lives is a series of fantastic demonstrations with our very talented retailers, and we're bringing you demonstrations on scrapbooking, card making, mixed media, art journaling and more. So for all the details, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au where you can get all the details for the retailers, see who's been on, see who's coming up, and just generally get all the updates. Now, while you're there, make sure you're on our email list and we can make sure all the updates get straight into your inbox before anyone else knows about them. Now, whether you're watching here live on Facebook or watching a replay on Facebook or YouTube, we want to know that you're there. So pop in the comments, say hi, just like Faye has. If you've got any questions, pop them there as well. And it's just so lovely to be able to reach out and spend this time with you today. So while you're there, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Of course, share us with your crafty friends and make sure we spread the crafting inspiration. So this evening, we are very excited to welcome a new member to the Picture to Page family. So today we have Lockdown Lives with Denise Boddey Designs. Hi, Denise.
Hello.
We are so excited to have you with us today.
I'm a bit excited too. This is a first off for me.
It is, and you're joining us from Adelaide.
Yes, we certainly are. Yep.
Excellent. Well, for those that may not have heard of you before, tell us a little bit about you.
I would say that I have been doing this for, I can't even remember how many years, definitely over 10 years. We're probably getting close to 17. I design my own papers and I have done for quite a few years, and then I went on to do my own chipboard. So we are doing, and then we're going to stamps as well. So I've got stuff always in the process. People are doing that to me all the time. Hey, what do you think of this? And then off I go. So our products are manufactured here in Adelaide. So when I get this brilliant idea, I'm on the computer and then it's done within half an hour, which I absolutely love, because then I can trial it and say, yep, it's done.
Exactly. So you've been around for a while. What's some of the other companies that you've worked with that we might have heard of before?
Yes, well, I have designed for a company in Brisbane, and everybody probably knows them, and I still have quite a good connection with them, Couture Creations. I have designed a few collections with them. One which is so funny, because I see that everybody loves Australiana. And I've had a few comments, can we go back and do that? I did an Australiana one. I did Sea Breeze, Heartsease, and Vintage Rose, and Enchanted Tea Party.
Oh, so lovely.
My favourites, because it was a little bit about Alice in Wonderland. So I tried to sort of do it without Alice, but that was one of my favourites. So,
excellent. And sort of how often does a collection come together?
Well, it can come quite quickly. And so what happens is that I trial them, I should say, and then no, that doesn't work. No, that's not printed well. So then we go back to the computer and see. So it can be quite quick, and then it could go for quite a while. So I mean, I will come up with ideas and I'll sit on those designs, and I've basically got half a collection waiting. So I'm hoping to do another collection later on towards the end of the year. I get big ideas and then I just play.
Excellent. Well, there must just be such that amazing ability to sort of have that idea and then actually be able to go and send it out to the world for others to enjoy.
Yes, I get so much pleasure when I see the products that I've done being used, and even when it's from overseas or something like that. So, and then you get comments or something. So originally what I did was way back, and those who've been around for a while remember some of the papers that we used to get, and it was so hard to work with them, and they were quite hard, because you'd cut a rose out or something, and then you would So, well, okay, that's it. Now what? So when I started designing, and I'm going to try and do this myself because I'm not happy with what was out there. So I started that, especially with florals, because I'm very much a floral person. And then I then thought, right, I need to know more. I can't. So then I went on and studied to get my graphic design, which now
I mean, that's a level of dedication that I don't think many of us could claim.
No, and it took 3 years, and I could have gone another year, easily have gone, but yes, and you got to also too, you're studying all day, and then I used to go to work at night, so yes, it was, and my family was still home, so yes, I could not do it now, I think, but it has helped. I haven't looked back, and the thing is with what you learn, and I always just say this to the children, that what you learn now at school, you still continue on to learn if you keep your mind open. So yeah, I'm still learning. And I've been working with these programs for years. So.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Now, our Papercrafters are quite a broad church. Which sort of denomination do you feel you come from? Are you more a scrapbooker, a card maker, art journaler? Where do you sort of fit?
Well, originally I started as a scrapbooker, and I was teaching scrapbooking. And then I went on, because the demand wasn't always about scrapbooking, and so I went on, and then I embraced card making. To this day, I would say that I still teach card making more than scrapbooking.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I love scrapbooking, but then I've gone on to do a lot of multimedia. So some people will call me multimedia. I don't think I am. I don't consider me that way. However, I'm pretty tame in comparison to what other people do. But now, and you go on little journeys, I think, I'm now more off the page sort of thing. So, we have a lot of kits. I'm also quite known for my domes. So we have quite large domes, and they're throughout the house.
Oh, okay.
And we do kits for them. And the people here in Adelaide are very lucky because they can get their hands on them quite easily, whereas it's a bit hard to post a glass dome. I wouldn't.
That sounds like a nightmare to organise.
Yeah. So we're hoping to be able to share some of that later on next year and bring the domes over into stuff.
That'll be fantastic.
If all goes well, yeah.
Restrictions permitting. Excellent. So, Denise, what have you got to share with us today?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my papers, my new collection, the Elegance Collection, and then I'm going to move on, and we're going to show you a whole heap of, and then we'll just finish off a card. I've already semi-made it. I just want to talk a little bit about what you can do with the chipboard. It's about colouring it.
Yeah.
There are multiple different ways you can colour your chipboard. And so we're just sort of going to go a bit of a quick demo on that. And if we're lucky, we get the card finished.
Let's see how we go. Excellent. Well, let's jump into it.
No problem.
Okay, while Denise is getting herself ready, it is so lovely that you could join us here tonight. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Val. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Samantha. Yes, it's great to have you here live. I know it's not quite the same as watching it on a replay, is it? And like I said, I'm so excited to have Denise here because I've had a bit of a sneak peek to some of her papers, and oh my goodness, they were just absolutely divine. So I'm really looking forward to jumping in and seeing it in a bit more detail. So I think Denise is ready to go, so I'll hand over and take it away, Denise.
Okay, how is it? Can you see? I know you're going to have a bit of a glare.
No, that looks good.
Okay, cool. So this is the Elegance Collection, and we have a pack just here, but I'm going to show you the individual papers. So we have 6 individual designs, and each paper is double-sided, and it's actually 12 inches. So this is the chic one. Just turn it over. So every time I design a collection, I always consider the card makers and the scrapbookers, so that, you can, like this one here was designed for a scrapbooker. But that doesn't mean that you're limited. You can still use it for your cards as well on the side there. So this one is called Refined. And there's the back.
Oh, that is just beautiful.
So trying to step away from too many blues, and I don't know, you go through phases with your colours. So that's that one. This one is called Grace.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can. And yeah, I am a fuzzy cutter nut. I love it.
Oh
So,
my goodness, a fussy cutter nut. I don't know what to think about that.
however, I understand that those who don't like it, so with the next collection that we're considering is that when I do some images, that you can actually die cut them out.
Oh,
So
excellent.
that is something that we're looking at, and that was another brilliant idea from my friends. This one is one of my favourites.
Oh,
after
that's stunning. Mm.
So you can see, like, this can be put onto a card.
Mm-hmm.
This is great onto a page, or you just use a section of it here. So it's, you know, it's a bit of a juggle, but so this one is Glory. And this is the card that we're going to finish. And I've just put, so I've also considered on the back.
Pretty.
Okay. So you've got, you know, all your images and your words. So it's a little bit simple with what's available now, but yeah.
Yep, sometimes
And
simple is best. I think once we complicate things, then sometimes we're too scared to even get
Yeah.
started.
Yes. One thing when you study, and I keep having to remind myself, less is more, less is more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one lesson behind. And there is style.
Oh,
Now, have I got them all? Yes, I did. Oh, did we see the clocks?
no,
Yes.
I don't think we saw the clocks, though I wasn't counting.
We did. I was looking for that one. There we go.
Oh, that's right.
Shit.
Yes.
The clocks, yeah. Because we just never have enough time.
That is true.
That's what I keep saying.
Although in Melbourne, clocks are working funny. Some people have no time and others have way too much time at the moment. So it's a bit of a balance.
So, I just a few scrapbooking pages just to show you that I am a scrapbooker.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, the collections go to print, I always do a trial and see how they work.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one was obviously a trial. I can see by the sizing of the papers.
Uh-huh.
So this was one of my trials, and yes, I was really happy. So that was it. That went to print.
Mm-hmm.
And wrong way. Sorry. And there's yes, this was one of my trials as well.
Uh-huh.
So, and this is all. And what we've gone and done is that we have made chipboard to match the collection.
Oh, that's clever.
So if you have a look here, if you may not be able to see, if I bring it up a bit, but you can see that some of the images that I've used in my collection, I've now created chipboard.
Oh, fantastic.
So it is quite throughout. We've called the chipboard the Elegance Collection. Now, this one is papers from way back. This was one of the papers, and it was one of my favourites that we used in the Australiana collection. And the reason I've chosen this is because this is just all chipboard. And it's all placed down. There's no flowers, no nothing. It's just all chipboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just something completely different. Okay, now here we go with the cards. Now, just how does that look? Can you see that?
Yes, we certainly can.
Okay, so I have a tendency, so when I first started with pages and I had to go to cards, so I just shrunk the way I thought. So I went from 12 inches to 6 inches.
Right.
Although I do metric. So this is one of the cards that we have.
Oh my goodness, that is just a work of art in itself.
Yeah. This particular butterfly, and like I said, we're looking at doing some stamps. So I've done a stamp and a die, and this eventually will be actually a die, and it'll be a stamp, die, and 2 dies.
Wow.
So you stamp it down, and then you die cut around the actual thing. So that's actually being made at the moment.
Right. So have you got a
unfortunately,
rough idea of when they might be available?
I reckon within a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. I can't wait. Now, this one here, it's a bit of a tease. I'm going to show you the back first. And so I've used papers from After the Rain just to cover the back. And then I've just layered. This is I love layering.
Oh, wow.
So this is a resin mold. So we've got chipboard, resin, chipboard, resin, chipboard. There's 2 layers of chipboard, and then we've just got what they call findings, metal findings, and a cabochon in the middle. So yeah, it's just and these little tags, which I'm just addicted to at the moment. Yeah, they just hang from little doorknobs or things or something. I'm still trying to work out what else to do.
Yeah, could you just turn that one sideways just so we get a sense of the layers that are in it? Sorry, just the engineer in me always wants to see how something's made.
How's that?
That looks good. That is just amazing.
I've actually popped that on the Facebook page today and Instagram. Yeah, I did that as... Now, I've got a stack of cards, and I'll try and not take too long.
No, that's okay. We've got plenty of time.
Yep. This one here, this is again, this one again is the from the Elegance Collection, and we have made some leaves as well, all connected to the Elegance Collection. This is my latest thing, the little birds. My poor husband, he's just like, oh my goodness. So that is using After the Rain.
Oh, how clever. And it comes out like that. Excellent.
Yeah. So it's a bit hard to, but you would have it stand. So I love dimension without having it too high. And I've also gone a little bit crazy on shaker cards.
Oh, excellent.
Now, you might get a bit of a glare. Whoops, there goes. I don't know. Can you see?
Yes.
How does that?
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah, that looks okay.
Yeah. So this is the frame. It's called the ornaments frame. And so that's another thing. When I design, like I've designed the frame, and then it's like, okay, what are we going to have in the middle? So everything is like mix and match. So the little birds, which you may be able to see, are exactly the same size, and they sit beautifully over the frame or in the frame.
Oh, lovely.
I call them mix and match. This particular one is from the Elegance Collection as well. We have quite a few designs, at least 400 designs.
Oh my goodness, 400.
I know, because we're trying to barcode everything. So this actually, this was one of my trials. So it's it was like, okay, yep, that works. So it's pretty basic.
I see what you mean about off the page.
Yeah. I know people are probably saying, oh, how do you post that? Well, yeah, you just have to be prepared to pay for postage. Yeah. Put it in with your parcel. So this, yet again, is another shaker card. And it's a little bit about Alice in Wonderland, but we haven't sort of said that, and use the keyhole image. So this actually piece of wood here, chipboard, is designed especially to do shaker cards.
Oh, okay.
So it also has instead of putting your foam around the edges, it actually has a piece of chipboard that you just glue it together with your acetate.
Oh, nice. Yeah, anything that makes it simpler always helps.
Yes. Yeah. There, I'm just... this one here, yes, again, a little bit on the Alice in Wonderland theme, but not so, you know. And the one that we just saw for the shaker card, that's how it looks.
Oh,
just like,
okay.
So, and yet again, it's designed with the same size circle that things can sit in it.
Oh, nice.
So that just opens up like that.
Wow.
And I find it interesting because although you design the whole collection, you still end up with your favourites. Now, this one. Wait for this.
Is it a bit like your children? You can't really tell them which one's your favourite?
Yeah, no, I don't have favourites. Now, I was saying earlier, so what I also want to say is that with the colouring of your chipboard, so this was actually done with alcohol inks.
Uh-huh.
And this was actually a class, and it was about using different techniques. So the whole class was about using different techniques.
Uh-huh.
So this particular one, I've got the alcohol inks. We've played with your watercolor pencils
Mm-hmm.
in there, and we've also played with the mousses. What else? Oh, and chalks. So chalk pencils as well. We've added a whole heap of different techniques all in this particular tag. So, and I'll just turn it over.
Yeah. And with the alcohol inks, do you do that straight onto the chipboard or do you give it an undercoat first?
We undercoat it first.
Right.
I think it helps,
Yeah.
so it doesn't absorb it straight away, because the chipboard is quite absorbing. So, yes, we undercoat it, we prime it first.
Yeah. Prime, that's probably a better word. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So that's that one. Now, how am I going?
Yep,
Now,
you're going fine.
I was saying a little bit earlier that we do a lot of I call them book box kits.
Okay.
So this is particularly one. Am I in the screen?
Yes, I'm just zooming out a little bit. Yep, excellent.
Yeah.
Actually, just a little bit away from you.
This is my box camera.
Oh, that is amazing.
And inside, it's a little bit hard because I take that out, and I get as far as making the box, and I never seem to finish the album. Yeah. And it's waiting for me to have a play. So, yeah, we make kits for your albums, and people that do like to do all of their albums. This is one that's not using my papers. I fell in love with these. Now, and as you can see that, it's got a circle in the middle for acetate or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to pull out the album very quickly. I won't show you the whole album.
Oh, so you actually sell the box as a kit?
It's a kit.
Oh,
yeah.
my
so
goodness.
You get, and if it's specific, like, you'll get the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't sell the papers because I think sometimes that's a personal thing. So you get the box and then you get the book cover.
Right. Okay.
There is So I'll just very quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an album. You could easily turn that into an art journal or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll just very quickly do this.
Yep, no rush. Oh, that's such a dark blue. It's really intense.
Yeah, so it's and you can see this is what I was looking for. So there's the ornament frame again, but we've put the clock in this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try and think. So we've tried to incorporate, and sometimes too, what I actually do is if I've got papers, and you can see this was the beginning of my Elegance collection.
Right.
So if I see papers are coming out and I think, right, I'm going to make some chipboard to go with that.
Uh-huh.
And quite often that's what I do. Or I get inspired, and I'll go, okay, I need to have more bird cages. So when this one came out, I went to the computer and I thought, I need bird cages.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow, what an amazing album.
So, yeah, I mean, trying to, very quickly do it. So that's one.
Uh-huh.
And
so does the cover come with those pages or you add those separately?
It's all separate. Right. So what happens is you get the box and then you just get it's all raw, just as that. But what I've gone and done is that the boxes have different. I have to just hold on. So this one here, I've called it the keyhole one. And so what will happen is you'll buy it as a box, and it's a different cover.
Right.
And so you get it like that, and you'll have different, the covers look different, so you may want it as a keyhole. And you can see that I haven't, and then the cover of your album
Right, has the same theme. Oh, nice. I mean, for a wedding album or a baby album, just stunning.
Yes. So this is something I started, and I will get there and finish it at one point. But I've got ideas of flowers overflowing out through that.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
And do you jot your ideas down when you have them?
No. I should, because that's the one thing when you study, they say, you've got to have it all written down, and you've got to have concept. And my concept is in my head, and I go straight to the computer. So, and I'm very lucky that I can do that.
Yes, definitely. Because I think some of us would love to be able to record it in some sort of a computer graphic setting, but we just don't have the skills.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and those skills do take a while to obtain.
Yeah.
So we're going to head on, and I'm just very quickly, because I've already started it, and this is a little card with different layers, multiple layers. So there are multiple ways of colouring your chipboard. Always prime first.
And what do you prime with?
Yep, that was the question. So what it is that I'm into researching at the moment a gesso spray. Years ago, we used to be able to get them quite easily.
Oh, okay, a spray, yes.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, it's very hard to get that wholesale shipped here, and the price again is a little bit, what I consider unreasonable, not just for myself but also for the customers, people who are wanting to buy that spray. So I'm in the process now of researching another spray, which I have used once years ago, but I was a little bit disappointed in the quality. What I do is I just spray paint them with a chalk spray paint. Only if I'm using them on cards and on my off-the-page projects. Right. If I use that on a layout, I won't do that. I'll just paint it with gesso.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah. And then the alternative is this one. So, you have a base colour. This is really, really good, which we do have a lot of colours. And this is your distress paint.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, which price-wise is that Tim Holtz has got rid of the little dauber, but you can buy them separately.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So eventually you'll just get the flip-top lid, but you can add these on. So he's gone and done that, and we do have that, and we just can use that. And that's another good thing that you can use for your layouts, your scrapbooking layouts. So, yeah, you can do it like that. And the beautiful thing about that is that his colours and this paint colour matches your inks.
Ah, yes.
So that's one way. And I do find that you do need to prime it because the chipboard is very absorbing as well. So another thing that we do is these are just my favourite. I'm just addicted to these. And I'll just say, no, it's the mousse, the Nouveau. Yeah. So, and we just use that. Now, here over in Adelaide, especially in our summertime, I mean, we're not humid weather. So it can dry out eventually. And if it does dry out, see how beautiful that is. And you can see I'm just using a very tatty brush at the moment.
Oh, it just adds some real shimmer to it.
Yes. I love these colours. Absolutely love them. There is another alternative, and this is your waxes.
Oh, okay.
But waxes are great for different techniques, and that's a whole different story again. But the thing is with the Nouveau Mousse is that it is a water-based. So that you can add water to this and it will shift. If you've embossed something and you want to move them around, I emboss the chipboard quite often. A solid chipboard, I'll just run it through the embossing machine.
Uh-huh.
And then it's really great to play with because you can use your mousses, you can use your sprays, and you get a beautiful textured thing. But with these, if you use something like that, it's a wax.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you add water, it's not going to shift on the chipboard. So you can just do something like that. And all of a sudden, you know, if I was to spray that, which I might actually do, just show the difference of what happens. And you can use multiple different techniques. So although with the alcohol inks, there's multiple different ways of doing that with it should move it a little bit. And quite often, this is something else I do quite often, especially if the girls put too much on, I can wipe it off.
It's good to have robust techniques, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can actually put it on and then take it off, which is what I've done with that little frame tag with all the little molds on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. And obviously you don't want to make your chipboard too wet, which does happen, and you just need to let it dry. But sometimes if it's a little damp, it's good because you can shape it as well.
Oh, nice.
Just like that. We'll let it sit for a bit. So that's the butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I might just quickly do that. And you can see that is definitely lightened to what that one is. And then I'll just touch it again with the waxes. So everything has, I think, and I like both. Everything has its purpose.
And it's nice to be able to use a few different products, isn't it? Rather than have them sit there and not get used.
Yes. You can actually, there it is, and you can have a navy as well. And I was playing last night and I thought, oh, that's not quite right, that's not the right colour. Thought it was until I put it up against the paper, and yep. And that's it. When I do the papers too, when I design my papers, I'm also very careful about the colours that I use. You know, that's been a valuable lesson over the years. So yeah, that's one little thing. And we're not going to go too berserk with that one. Here's my okay, so they will have a tendency to dry out, and you can see that one's getting quite dry. And sometimes the more you use it, I find it will dry out. Or if it's sat for a little while. So I've just given this a light spray. Don't go too berserk, and otherwise you can actually ruin it.
Right, so just a light spray just to reactivate it.
I have, yes, and that's the beautiful thing about it being water-based. I have heard that, you know, people have had a few issues with molds and things like that. Well, it's quite possible that you've put too much water in that.
Okay.
So just going to give this a little bit of colour, and you hold your chipboard down when you do that so that it's not too you're not going to break because it's still delicate.
I'm
just going to turn him over too because we've got the blue going on. Yeah, it needs more water. Oh, too much. That's okay.
Always that last spray that just pushes it over the edge.
Yeah, but that's okay because we can still do something with that. I'm going to go back to this one. And I think I just play until I'm happy, you know. And we're going to just turn it around in here a bit.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Playing until you're happy. Doesn't matter where you're getting to, as long as you're happy with it.
So what we're going to do, and I don't know how we're going time-wise, but I think we might be, this is how it's going to sit. My glue.
And so what size is the base card there, Denise?
Okay, yes. Now, the base card I'm glad you asked, because I've measured it at 25 centimetres. I'm metric. Some people cringe at that. And it's a 25 centimetres and it's a 15 centimetres. Now, I wanted to also say that my folds, I can give you the measurements of the folds. And I wrote it down as I did it. So these two sections here is 3.5 centimetres. These two sections here is 5 centimetres, and you have an 8 centimetre panel here.
Right.
Now, when I cut out the paper, the design paper, if I've got a 15 centimetre width, on average, I change it down to 14.5. It's pretty much a standard measurement.
Yeah.
So although this fold here is 8 centimetres, so my pattern paper measures at 14.5 by 7.5. And what that does is it gives you a nice little border.
Yeah, half a centimetre is a good border.
Yeah. So it's actually probably 2.5 mil on each side.
Yeah.
And I think that's an easier way, so you're not judging that little bit. Okay. So I will just. So what we're going to do, and it's not quite the right colour, but we're going to learn with that today. And glue. Now, with the chipboard, I use a lot of the tacky glue. I like litres of it. Actually, I'm going to go that way. So we just put a little bit on. A little bit heavy-handed there I was. This glue is brilliant. A little bit runny, but sometimes that's really, really good.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of play to move things.
Yes, yeah. You just have to be aware of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, good old pegs. I'm just going to do it like that because that will stop it moving while I do the next layer. Okay. So next layer. Now, I've worked that out, what I might do. And if I looked at that then, when I place that on there, that's actually going to show the foam tape. So now what I'm going to do is just shift it very carefully and just bring it down here because I don't want the foam tape showing.
Right, so it sits further in, yeah.
So it sits further in. You may still see a little bit of it. So we're just going to very quickly do this. We might be getting close to running out of time.
Yeah, we've got a minute or two more.
Got a minute or two so we can, right. And we'll just wrap this up. Put it in here like so. Just like that. Oh, I've lost something. That's all right. Doesn't matter. So, and the butterfly is just going to sit on like this.
Wow.
So there's a couple of other options that I've done. I've got multiple layers and layers of something, and it's just an off-the-page project. And I've also used silicone just to support it, a clear silicone.
Mm-hmm.
So put that there like that.
And does that glue take long to dry?
Not too bad. Like it's already gripping.
Right.
So, yeah. Well, hang on. I've just made a mistake. That's all right.
Oh, we didn't notice. It looks fine from here.
When I say a mistake, because I'm also very wary of your your envelope sizes as well. I had that sitting over. Now, this is something else. Now, sometimes when you cut your little tags out and you think, oh, that's really crooked, or you're stamping something that's really crooked, good trick is the good old distressing.
Ah, excellent.
And yes, I'm using scissors because I've always got my scissors.
And they work fine. You just need to watch your fingers for really sharp scissors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Safety warning, do not try this at home.
Yeah.
Or try carefully at home.
And unfortunately, my hands are like pretty tough now. Okay, so we're just going to whack him. Ooh, I reckon I might go down here. I've just got enough room. See, that's gripping quite nicely. I'm just going to pop him down there, and we'll put a bit of a glitter glue around there to make that look pretty. Because a little bit of bling, oh wow, things pop when you've got your bling. It's going to do that for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, it never shows up well on camera, but also looks fantastic in real life.
Yeah. Woo! There we go. Here it comes. And of course, it's going to get blocked on camera too. Never put too much pressure on it. Valuable lesson, because one day my whole thing popped.
Oh no!
The lid popped and it went everywhere up the wall. So sometimes when I say never do this, it's because, I was impatient, I was lazy, and I did not want to get out of my chair and get it sorted with a needle.
I think we've all been there, haven't we? That time where you just know that little voice in the back of your head's going, you really think that's the right? Too late.
Do that, don't do it. There we go. So that's basically done. However, I was going to put another layer in the back, which, I always like to have more layers.
Yeah.
Whoops. Here comes the rain.
Oh, it is on its way.
Yeah. So that's how the card will look. And I'll finish it and I'll pop it on my Facebook page.
Oh, that'll be great.
So, okay, I'm going to take lots of photos and I'll put them on my Facebook page so that everybody can see how these products are. It may not be all tonight.
Oh, no,
but it'll be over.
Right.
Yeah, you have to keep coming back to visiting.
We will. Well, let's get you back and we'll wrap up.
Thank you.
Excellent. Wasn't that just stunning? Again, just with a few products and just a little bit of know-how. And I love that idea of having the card in the different segments, because it really gives you that chance to put together what's still a fairly simple construction, but it just gives you such a way of adding all the different layers and then pulling it together to still fit into your normal envelope. So that's always the key. Make sure you know your envelope sizes, and like we said, not make them too thick or else we'll get in trouble with the post. So Denise, thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
Very much.
So where is the best place for everyone to find you?
We do have a website, and we're actually still developing the website, so that it's a little bit basic at the moment. It's not pretty enough for me, but we'll get there. We're going to make it pretty. But all the products are on there.
Excellent, excellent. And we'll make sure there is a link somewhere near this video, and we'll make sure we pop it in again as well so everyone can find it.
Just hit the shop now button on my Facebook page. That'll
even better.
Yeah.
I've popped the Facebook page link into the comments. I think Faye was asking for that. So excellent. So we are so excited to have you as part of the Picture to Page family, and hopefully we will be able to see you at a show soon so we can see all of your papers and your domes and everything in real life.
Yeah, I think I really want you guys in Victoria to see the domes. They I just wish I could post them, but I can't do that. You know, it's very.
Exactly. So you said the papers and the chipboards are available now. Were the boxes and the albums available now as well?
Yes, and yeah. So even if say you go on the website and you think, oh, they've all sold out, just send us a little email, because I don't have to wait for it to come here. I just go out and make it for you. So that's not an issue at all.
Yep.
You just bear with me maybe a couple of days or something. But yeah.
Oh, excellent. But the stamps and the dies are still on their way.
They're on their way. I don't have the ability to make them, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Excellent. No, we are so looking forward to, like you said, seeing how it all comes together and sharing all those beautiful new designs.
Thank you.
Excellent. Denise, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that introduction to Denise Boddey Designs. And as we said, we've got the Facebook link in the comments and their website is not far away. So go and check out the papers, the chipboard. Those boxes and albums have absolutely got my head spinning, and I'm looking forward to definitely seeing those stamps and dies. Because as we said earlier, dies and stamps are just absolute match made in heaven. So thank you so much for joining us today for this P2PCrafts Lockdown Live. Like we said, for all the details, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au. And while you're here, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Any questions, pop them in the comments as well, and Denise and I will do our very best to get back to them. And of course, share us with your crafty friends. Let everyone know that we're here sharing free craft demonstrations and inspiration every day here on Facebook and of course on YouTube. So this is Michelle signing off. We hope you have a very crafty day.